Moscow is one of the most technologically advanced cities in the world and a real capital of Russian IT. There are about 5,000 companies working in the digital high-tech industry. Today, we will learn all about one of the leaders of the Moscow and Russian IT market, the multidisciplinary company SitrOnics Group.
Today on the program, SitrOnics Group's unique office, how the company improves the efficiency of its employees. How drones are used in the city. Nano-satellites, a new trend in space technology.
SitrOnics Group, a company belonging to the Sistema Public Joint Stock Financial Corporation, develops digital projects both for business and for the state. For example, in Moscow, it is engaged in implementing solutions for the so-called smart city and security. The company also digitalizes strategic sectors of the Russian economy, manufactures satellite components and IT equipment, and designs systems for the development of online technologies and software. You don't need a pass to enter this office. The system scans a person's face, identifies it. If it's in the database, it lets them in. And we're going to need that. SitrOnics Group's Moscow office is a modern space of 6,000 square meters, primarily focused on people. More than 1,500 employees work here. The company believes that a comfortable working environment is an important element of staff motivation. The office workspace is built according to the co-working principle. In the open office, you can work at any place. There is an option to book meeting rooms for video conferences or meetings. There are also personal space areas. Everything in the SitrOnics office is done to make it convenient and comfortable for the employees here. For example, there are special soundproof booths for talking privately on the phone or making a video call. Nikolai, good to meet you.
Hello, Michael. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You have a very beautiful office. What's unique about it?
When we envisioned this office, we conceived it as a space where people spend most of their time, where it's easy to work and spend time, where you can feel comfortable.
In addition to having everything necessary for quality work, the office is equipped with numerous meeting rooms, tea and coffee areas, kitchens, as well as spaces for relaxation. Meet-up places become real points of attraction, where you can hold a corporate event, listen to interesting lectures, and relax during a break. The company also pays special attention to the health of its staff.
Here we have our health clinic.
It's a health clinic.
This is where we can get any essential first aid we might need. And this is where we vaccinate the staff.
As you know, office work is mostly mental, and it requires a lot of intellectual effort. Sports can help to replenish energy and to cope with stress at work. It is especially convenient when the gym is located close to your workplace. Here, you can also play table football or table tennis with your colleagues. SitrOnics Group's Moscow office is more than just a comfortable space to work. It is a reflection of the company's philosophy of creating modern, high-tech digital products.
SitrOnics has actually been around for over 20 years. The company has always had an IT focus. Today, the company is one of the 20 largest IT companies in the country. I really like the way one of the guys at Skolkovo describes us. a company with a deep tech, DIP tech strategy. That is, we work in industries that require deep digital transformation. We also participate in digital transformation projects for state institutions and state authorities. And we make some systems under government orders, for example, intelligent transportation systems, through the project called Smart Cities. This is one of the focuses of our product strategy.
And what is unique here?
The uniqueness of our solutions is that we are able to combine very different, highly intelligent things, based on, among other things, our own developments and our own equipment. For example, we have partners that deal with video analytics, and they are literally world leaders in this, and we know how to integrate them into the overall system, in big cities like Moscow or Novosibirsk.
This year, SitrOnics Group became part of the Smart City Working Group of the Russian Ministry of Construction and participated in the update of the standard for the development of urban digitalization. For several years, SitrOnics Group has been developing technologies as part of the smart city concept, from video surveillance and analytics based on artificial intelligence to the development of situational centers, the design of smart city lighting infrastructure, and intelligent traffic control systems.
Smart cities are what SitrOnics evolved from. One of our product focuses is on intelligent transportation systems. They consist of a variety of modules, from traffic flow management, forecasting, planning, parking space management, traffic light management, crosswalks and stops, all the way to unmanned transport. These are all the systems we design, and then we decide with the customer which modules are needed currently, and then we provide, install, and program those modules.
One of SitrOnics Group's new developments is a digital traffic control platform. It allows for comprehensive, smart traffic control of a metropolitan area or an entire region. The system analyzes the situation in the city and recommends possible response scenarios. In case of adverse situations, the system helps to promptly inform the relevant services and make decisions. For example, in case of passenger congestion at bus stops, a request can be sent to reduce the interval of public transport traffic. And in case of an accident, the system notifies the traffic police and calls the ambulance and rescuers to the scene. SitrOnics Group develops and implements digital technologies capable of providing maximum security and optimization of various intellectual processes. All information is displayed in real time in a simple interface. The platform modules count the number of cars and determine their types, direction, intensity, and speed. Based on this information, different scenarios can be predicted, and traffic flows in the city can be redistributed as efficiently as possible, so that everyone can get to their destination as quickly as possible.
Using Moscow as an example, we can see that the introduction of intelligent systems can reduce the load on common roads by 20%. And in conjunction with the overall development of the transport system, we achieve a very strong result. We all live in a big city, and we understand that there is no less machinery on the roads, but the situation with the roads is nevertheless getting better. And this is also the result of using an intelligent transport system.
The introduction of intelligent transportation systems in cities is already yielding results. For example, road capacity is increasing by 15%. The average speed of cars is increasing by 17%. Traffic delays and the number of accidents are decreasing. An additional effect of the system is the reduction of harmful emissions due to the fact that cars spend less time in traffic jams than before. Servers are the basis of the computing industry, without which digital development is not possible. Therefore, this was the hardware solution that the company first started to produce. SitrOnics is developing several lines of servers. One of these servers is built entirely with homegrown Russian components, powered by Elbrus or Baikal processors and Russian-made software. Today in Russia, there is a strong demand for domestic IT solutions and products. In some areas, it has increased several times over. This is because digital technologies are now in demand in practically all sectors of the economy. Russian developments are especially relevant for the optimization and management of enterprise processes. One of such solutions from the company is designed to control the movement of personnel, equipment, and cargo in plants and production facilities. This platform, called SitrOnics Locus, was created by specialists in the company's technological department. This little box that I was given at the reception is called a tracker. It can be used to trace my movements throughout the office. Then, on the floor plan, you can see where I've been. The platform interface screen displays all movements of tracked objects in real time. The platform provides analytics on the travel routes and allows you to generate reports on events.
This is our SitrOnics Locus system. The system allows for accurate positioning of personnel and any other objects in real time. One of our advantages is positioning accuracy. We are now reaching an accuracy of about ½ a meter. These are very good results. We're also managing a very fast and mobile installation of the system. We even put the whole system in a suitcase, like this. We can come to the client very quickly, deploy the system somewhere in the meeting room or in some test room, and demonstrate the work literally in 2 hours. We come to the customer and place these beacons along the perimeter of the facility where the staff needs to be positioned. Beacons work up to 2 years offline. Then the staff or any other objects are equipped with these trackers, and the tracker, communicating with the beacons, determines its location, and it is visible in the system. We can also create various statistics and build all sorts of analytics based on them.
The SitrOnics Group have such a wonderful and interesting office, and so we move on. The weather outside is fabulous, and so it's time to get acquainted with the modern and eco-friendly technologies that the company is implementing on the streets of Moscow. And it looks like we won't have to go far. Right outside the company's office, there's a station for charging electric vehicles. The development of charging infrastructure for electric vehicles is another area of activity for the SitrOnics Group. How convenient is it to use electric cars in Moscow?
Now it's becoming amazingly convenient. There are a large number of charging stations in houses and on the street, in business centers like this, so you can charge at home, at the office, and at shopping malls.
What's the capacity of the tank or battery here?
Batteries come in different sizes. This one has 54 kilowatts. That means, according to the data sheet, about 400 kilometers on a charge. In real life, in summer, you can drive about 300 kilometers. For the city, for Moscow, for daily trips, this is quite enough, considering that there's already a lot of infrastructure.
Today, there are about 300 electric charging stations in Moscow. Most of them are variable current, that is, slow. At the same time, the number of rapid charging stations, where you can charge up to 20% of a battery in 10 minutes, is also growing. 12 such units under the SitrOnics Electra brand have been launched in the Russian capital. The average load per station in Moscow is only 10%, which confirms the high availability of the charging infrastructure.
We maintain and support the stations 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have a 24-hour call center. At any time, if something happens, either some kind of software error or some kind of physical error, we have a crew coming out and helping the driver of the electric car.
And how exactly do you charge the car? Can you show us?
It's not hard at all. There's an app called SitrOnics Electro. We open the app and select a charging station on the map. This is our charging station. We click Connect and proceed to connect the cable. We click Start Charging, plug in the connector, watch the station start up. It's charging and it's starting to pick up. There are the numbers running. Right now I'm at 68%. And in the dialogue between the electric car and the charging station, there's a discussion about how much power the electric car is ready to take. Because the electric car is managing the charge all the way through. Well, we've charged enough. Let's turn it off and take the car for a ride.
Excellent. And tell me, please, how economical is it?
We can look at the actual consumption. Over the last 50 kilometers, the car has consumed on average less than 17 kilowatts. And even now, we can see that we have enough battery power for more than 200 kilometers with this residual capacity.
Another important element of the smart city, in addition to intelligent transportation systems and electric charging stations, are solutions for bird's-eye monitoring and control of the urban economy. Drones can become part of the infrastructure of cities. Special airfields are even being set up for them, drone ports. Since last year, SitrOnics Group has been using drone ports for digital monitoring. These are automated drone takeoff and landing stations. Such stations are used for sites that are difficult to access for monitoring by traditional methods. But we will be able to see how they work. The drone port is fully autonomous. Outside, it has its own weather station with a barometer, as it is essential to collect data on flight conditions. Inside, the same temperature is maintained in winter and in summer. It takes only 1 minute for the drone to start up. The system puts a charged battery in it and turns on the motors. The flight plan begins to load. Then the roof of the drone port opens and the drone sets off on a mission.
Today, the drone port acts as a certain element of the smart city, which allows us to solve several industry problems. First of all, we cover the tasks related to the housing and utilities industry, the construction industry, and the transportation industry. We monitor these sectors both online and offline with the help of regular monitoring of the territory's changes. The peculiarity of this system is that it can actually work autonomously without human intervention. We can set a certain algorithm for a week ahead, and with this algorithm, this system will perform its monitoring duties. The radius of action of this drone is about 10 kilometers.
There are 3 replaceable batteries for each quadcopter in the drone port. It takes no more than an hour to charge one of them. The average flight time of the drone is 45 minutes. At the same time, it takes only 3 minutes to land, replace the battery, and restart the drone. Thus, the situation allows the drones to be in the air virtually without interruption, around the clock, 7 days a week.
The drone carries a payload. It can be video cameras, it can be thermal imagers, some other additional payload that transmits information, and the analytics system draws conclusions about what is happening in a given area. The entire set of information, which is subsequently processed by certain software, makes it possible to make management decisions. This includes giving a person a choice of what the operator needs to do, namely by analytically predicting certain events.
Today, the huge amount of data that is needed for decision-making and management, development of a country's infrastructure, cartography and navigation is collected in space. The more information we get from there, the more efficient the technologies and processes will be here on Earth. To find out how satellites are being developed to collect this important data, we came to the space division of SitrOnics. One of the key trends in the space market today is the miniaturization and cost reduction of satellites. The nano and micro satellite market is growing due to increased demand for services and services based on data obtained from space. The Russian company SitrOnics, part of the SitrOnics Group, specializes in the production of micro and nano satellites. The company has its own laboratory and assembly shop in its office. Almost all the components for production of spacecraft are made in Russia, and the software is developed in-house.
The satellite must be very small and light, because to put a kilogram of cargo into Earth orbit costs $10,000 to $20,000. That's for 1 kilogram.
What is the difference between nano and micro satellites and regular satellites?
Nano and micro satellites are a recent trend. This is when we insert the functions of a large satellite, which was once made with modern technology, into a small box. A nanosatellite is 1 to 10 kilograms. A microsatellite is up to 200 kilograms.
For comparison, the weight of a traditional satellite can reach several tons. One of the most popular models of the company's nanosatellites is the CubeSat line, weighing from 1 to 10 kilograms. It is designed in such a way that several partial units with different functionality can be combined into one nanosatellite. Thus, each satellite can be configured based on the tasks and purposes of its use. Wow. This is CubeSat, a 3-unit nanosatellite. Similar small boxes are flying in Earth orbit right now. They provide navigation, monitor different inhabitants of the planet, and ensure the operation of the Internet of Things. Last year, the company launched the Zorky experimental nanosatellite, containing a camera with a 6-meter resolution into orbit, which is engaged in space imaging of the Earth's surface. Russia used to get most of this information from foreign satellites. With the help of satellites like Zorky, it is possible for Russia to provide its own Russian data.
Now we use space technology more and more in our lives. In navigation, surveying, and mapping, we definitely need it. We encounter space technology and data and information from satellites every day with our phones.
SitrOnics Laboratory is equipped with special equipment for testing its products. Thanks to proper balancing and a magnetic field, the bench simulates weightlessness and creates conditions identical to those in which a satellite finds itself when in Earth orbit. Using light, the sun's rays are recreated. In this way, scientists can simulate different scenarios for using a satellite, or practice orientating its systems in space without actually launching the satellite into space.
I think satellites will become more affordable, services will become more available, and their production will become as cheap as the production of phones and cars and so on. They will be used more and more in our daily lives. It will be as easy to make and launch a satellite as it is now, for example, to use a car in a car-sharing program.
SitrOnics Group is an important digital asset in the portfolio of Sistema Public Joint Stock Financial Corporation. The company is developing a project to replace foreign space data with Russian data and is ready to provide it to the country. Together with a set of its own products and technologies, it implements comprehensive digital solutions. All this helps businesses and the state develop and makes life more comfortable and safer for residents of the Russian capital. Every day, digital technologies play an increasingly important role in the life of modern society. Today, we've seen a part of that. We discovered what opportunities digital creates for people and for business, saw how the leading IT company in the capital of Russia works, and even touched space a little. This is the program Capital Ideas Life. I'm Mike Gibson. See you in the next series.